A minute. Wait. The system. We are live. Yeah, thank you very much for honoring this little interactive. I'll put it that way. I'm Adeyinka Olaiya, journalist here in Brazil, and conducting the lead, as we say in Brazil, in the Brazilian language, Bati Pap. Rather put it that way. We find a way for a better society, for a better uh, Brazil. With me here today, as we are about to hold our next election in Brazil, the Nigerian community in Brazil, we decide to have this time around interactive, let me put it that way. With me is Honorable Godwin EJUONE. EJUONE. I don't know if I call it very well.
No,
And
you're right.
yeah, thank you very much. And also by me is Dr. OLUWATUYI, EMMANUEL OLUWATUYI, which is the outgoing president of the Nigerian community. Uh, we are here to talk a bit about the progress of Nigerians in Brazil, and if eventually elected, uh, your programs and what you have for us. But first of all, as a Nigerian, meanwhile, I will congratulate the two of you, Dr. Oluwatuyi, for having accepted our call, and for have accepted to even contest for the seat to lead Nigerians in Brazil. I will also congratulate Honorable Godwin for this very good purpose, joining us in this battle for a better place to live. I thank the two of you very much for this, rather say, incentives. And I hope that this is a new Nigeria in Brazil. I'm talking of Nigerians in Brazil. I hope this is the beginning of a better place for us to live. Thank you very much. I really appreciate your presence today. I will ask Honorable Godwin EJUONE to please say hello with Nigerians in Brazil, Nigerians around the world, and tell them a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, thanks for giving me this opportunity.
Please, your mic is a little bit down. Please talk a little bit loud.
Hello?
Yeah.
Can you hear me well now?
Now I can hear you well now.
I said, first and foremost, I said good evening. And I thank you for presenting this great occasion today. I'm very happy. My name is Godwin EJUONE, in Nigeria, from Delta State, from Urobo, by tradition, by tribe. So I'm 61 years old. I've been here for quite a long time, 28 years to this present day. So I come out now to contest as a NICOM incoming president, if given the chance. Also married with 3 kids here in Brazil. Hello?
Thank you. Yeah, I'm following you, sir.
So I don't know.
Thank
How do we
you.
go
Thank
from
you.
here?
Hey,
Yeah.
I think you have said it all.
Okay.
I think you have said it all. Thank you very much. You are you are you are an elder here in Brazil. You stay in the country for 28 years. You're an elder. Yeah, this is a
Thank
place
you for that.
you can call your home. Thank you
Thanks for
very
the
much. Yeah. Thank you very much for this opportunity you are giving to us. At least showing your face and showing yourself, wanting to lead the community. We thank you very much. You are here 28 years, not 28 days. Thank you very
no.
much for this information today.
Yeah, thanks for
I will also
thinking.
ask our. I have to put honorable first before I put doctor. Honorable Doctor EMMANUEL Olaiya. We
No,
welcome you
it's
to this
what? I'm
program.
on
We appreciate your presence here. I'd like to also thank you for joining us. We know how your schedule is. We know how you are always very busy. Please, we would like you to uh, tell us a bit uh, about yourself, sir. I know they already know you. Just say hello to Nigerians in Brazil, around the world, because they are seeing you here in Brazil, they are seeing you there in Nigeria, in every part of the world. Please say hello to Nigerians in Brazil, to the Yorubas, to the Igbos, the Hausas, the Bobio, and all of us that are living here in Brazil meanwhile. Please say hello to them before we move ahead and we start asking our little questions. Thank you very much, sir.
My dear journalist, Adeyinka
Adeyinka, sir.
Adeyinka Olaiya.
Uh-huh.
Adeyinka náà ni
Mhm.
gbogbo ẹ̀ ń jẹ́. First of all, I have to thank you for promoting this great event. My dear Honorable Godwin, I might have seen you some times ago, but
All
my
right,
pleasure
sir.
is even better now. It's a very, very big pleasure to see you. We have been
Myself
looking for
too.
Nigerians like you who can come out and say, yes, I am bold enough to lead these brave people. So
Thank you, sir.
congratulations for the challenge. I would
Thank you,
like to
sir.
send a message of goodwill to our patrons in Brasilia, His Excellency the Ambassador and his workers. I would like to say hello to all my regional leaders that have been working along with me all this journey. That is not a very was never a very smooth journey. I would like to say hello to all those people that have been collaborating with Nigerian community since the new inception of office in 2015. I will mention specifically great people. Great people. I call them great people because they are really great. Mm? They give their life, they give their time, their dedication, subjudge their family to dedicate their courses to the Nigerian community. And specifically, I will mention names
Yeah.
like Mr. Nicholas, like Mr. James, like Mr. Fatboy, Mr. Olakunle Faluyi. Eh? Those people have been so precious to the community. We, on the name of the community, I thank them for all their efforts. All others too, like Madam Titi, like my Vice President, Honorable Emeka Ujo, they have been contributing in the one way or the other to make sure that we don't allow Nigeria community to die again. So it is a big pleasure to be with you this night. And I'm here to answer any question possible. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you very, very much, sir. A big pleasure uh, having you with us. This is like you have just mentioned. This is a new community. This is a new journey. We are trying to make Brazil a better place to live. Sir, uh, I will first of all ask Honorable Godwin a very simple thing, sir. Uh, Honorable Godwin, this is the very first time you are contesting, you are vying for a position here in the Nigerian community, if I'm not mistaken.
Sure.
Have you had any political uh, stand here in Brazil before your community, Delta, or have you been participative in your Delta state or whatever party or whatever before here in Brazil? Or would you like to share there with us, sir?
From the look of things, I think this my, I think yes, and
Your mic is ready. Okay, I'm not hearing you.
hello,
Are you hearing me, sir?
can you hear me now?
Yeah, now I can hear you now.
Yeah, I think I've tried it once, but not here in Brazil.
Okay, okay. Yeah, okay, that was a long time, yeah. But here in Brazil, you have not done here in Brazil before.
No, I've not practiced it here in
Yeah, thank you
Brazil.
very
This is
much.
my first
Thank
time
you
of
very much
coming out.
coming out. And yeah. Do you think that I just tell us why do you think you can lead these troublesome Nigerians? Do you think you can lead us for you can lead us better? We are so troublesome in this country. In fact, every part of the world we are always troublesome. Uh, do you think you can lead us in this country, sir? Uh, what makes you think you can lead us? You can lead these troublesome people, though you are part of us. When
Yeah,
you lead us, you lead yourself too, and you lead our children.
of
We are all
course.
troublesome.
Like we all know, Nigerians are not easy to put in order. That's to control. But if given the chance, I feel there are places that I can touch. The places that I feel that the past presidents has never touched before.
Okay.
So I feel if given the chance as a president, there are things I can introduce to the Nigerians here so that we all come together under one umbrella with one love.
Wow. Do you Would you tell us the areas you think those few areas you think you can introduce to us that the past office has that you think they have not been able to introduce, they have not been able to to implement while the I mean I hope you can get my point. Let me put it that way. Would you
Yeah,
like to let us know few things you you like to introduce, you like to implement, you like to put in your plans if eventually become the president of the Nigerian community in Brazil?
yeah, yeah. To mention but few, I feel I'll try to make sure that I bring all the Nigerians together in one unity and introduce, bringing them under one unity. We have to come together by
Together as
introduce
one.
some certain amenities like schools, because we all are fathers here. Majority of us are fathers, mothers that have children. So we have to prepare a place for them, like going to all these private and public schools to see what places we can put them. Then coming together again, at least if we all should try to come as one, we have to link up some certain things like sports, whereby Nigerians can frequent let's say every weekend, like Saturday, Sunday. By doing such a thing, I think we are trying to know each other step by step. And that's a part to see how far we can also bring back this the cultural activities that can bring us also together. So there are many other things to come in if elected.
Thank you very, very much for your point. We will, Dr. Oluwatuyi, are you with me, sir?
I am with you, sir.
Sir, you've had the little question we have just been able to analyze with Honorable Godwin. Sir, do you think, like I said, we are a troublesome people? They call us the troublesome Nigerians, every part of the world, and we are troublesome in Brazil. Though out of these, we are troublesome, but we've been able to move the society. With what we have Nigerians doing very well in every part of the world. You have the Yorubas, you have the Igbos, you have the Hausas, Ibiobios, Irobo, Benin. We have Nigerians doing fantastically well in every part of the world, even though we have our own problem. Sir, like I asked Honorable Godwin, would you please tell us if eventually you become the next president of this association, this community, what do you think you will do better that you have not done before?
This is a fantastic question. First of all, I need to appreciate all the response of my Honorable Godwin. He has spoken very well. One thing I will never admit that Nigerians are troublesome. We are not troublesome. We are product of circumstances. We are problematic to ourselves. Problems created by ourselves, supported by our leaders, destroy our mind. They destroy our mind because they always tell us lies. Right? I'm a man of 67 years. I've been hearing lies about Nigeria 67 years. that our country is not good, or let's go to Obodo. It is there we have the honey and milk without preparation for such a turbulent time. So when we get overseas, we become troublesome because we have to fight for our survivors. So what the question of bringing people together is a very excellent idea, but it's not going to be possible because of individual interests of Nigerians. As regards to what your question, what do I think I can do to make the community better? We have a lot of projects. First of all, we continue to appeal to our citizens to become a little bit humble because we are so arrogant. I am in Brazil 40 years. I enjoy all benefits of Brazilian government, all benefits you can imagine, right from the Portuguese course to the university graduate and postgraduate. Brazil is not a bad country. Yesterday, I talked to a professor of the University of Campinas who was able to get my link through somebody from Zimbabwe who was my classmate 40 years ago. What do? All these brains trying to help Africa, they are suffering because we are not responsible to do things in a clear and honest ways. I chatted with the University of Lagos State. How do we bring in people to be trained for us to retake the educational path with agreement with the government of Brazil? Today, they offer Portuguese language at Lagos State University, preparatory courses for people that are willing to travel to Brazil. All my staffs, starting from Mr. Nicholas and Mr. James, that acted as liaison officers between the community and our external members. They were able to recognize the wills of our people. It is not the president that is going to change the world. It's a collective effort of everybody. Everybody. The basic means of elevating the level of people is through education. This regime offered educational opportunities for our people. How can you come to a foreign land without speaking the language and want to get a job? We offer preparatory classes in Portuguese. Nobody is turning up. So I will send a challenge to you, my dear journalists. Set up a group of people to have a static study of our people. What is wrong with them? It is me that also ask them what is wrong with them. Only a principle, simple thing for you, register yourself, be identified so that a good program can be done for you. Nobody comes out to do that. So they want the president to come from heaven to resolve the problem. I cannot just answer this question. I remember several times when we appeal to our people, if you come to this and this, we can only get benefit from our government if we are united. Bring our names. I gave them the concept of poverty. Poverty is not an absence of money, but lack of knowledge of wealth. So we did our best. If our people come together, they want to participate in the affairs of their own situation, we are still ready to extend our hands to everyone and help us to build a future, a better future for them. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you for your clear explanation. And we hope we are having a new Brazil this time around. I've used the word troublesome in two ways. We are troublesome, and I've been able to clear the fact that though troublesome, but we've made impact, positive impact in society. We've had Nigerians in several aspects of lives in Brazil and around the world doing well in every of their endeavors. So you are an example. Honorable Godwin is an example of Nigerians doing us proud in the diaspora. Thank you very much. There's a question here that is a little bit skeptical. This is from somebody, a Nigerian living in Brazil, AfroLink. He's asking Dr. OLUWATUYI. He said, for the past 8 years, if I'm not mistaken, what do you think you can do? What do you think you can do that you have not done in the past 8 years? What do you think you can do now that will be different? That's the question there. Sir, one more question, please. Doctor, for 8 years in power without bringing peace within all Nigeria in Brazil, how are you going to do it in this, your second time as Nigeria Community President?
Thank you very much. This is a very brilliant question. What's the name of the questionnaire? What's the name of the
It's
guy?
from, I think, AfroLink Brazil Television.
AfroLink. Okay. Thank you,
AfroLink.
thank you
Afro
very
Brazil
much.
Link.
Okay. I think the question is very, very brilliant. We are not 8 years in power. People must understand that. My term of office expired in 2018. I immediately convocated the Electoral Commission according to the rules of law laid down in the Constitution of the Nigerian community. Okay? First of all, I cannot govern illegally. The Act of Constitution of Nigerian Community, written out to 2015, is very clear. Okay? Once we have the end of our administration, we should convocate election immediately. One thing that I must explain to this person that threw in the question, there are people, they have been fighting themselves, not fighting me. They fight themselves that the election of 2015 was not correct. So they decided to promote war in order for Nigerian community not to go forward. I will never say that is not my problem, but I left that one for Nigerians to judge themselves. So when my term of office expired 2018, the documents that you depend upon to receive some benefits are no more valid. So we had many meetings, including Zoom meetings. I deliberately announced that I cannot be an illegal president of a society. Okay? But I made it very clear. I will continue to hold on temporarily, unofficially, until we are able to hold election and legalize our situation. I was not brought up to live illegally in any situation. So I didn't run the Nigerian community for 8 years. Except the 4 years, right? Now you are asking if I'm elected again, what am I going to do? It's continuation of our program, because we had a chronogram of events during our first term. Chronogram of events, educational, health-wise, people that participated without any rancor are witness to this. I may even call my dear secretary, Mr. Nicholas, if he's around, is watching. He's a testimony to all these things. But unfortunately, we paralyze the activities of Nigerian community. If given the opportunity, I will run my terms because we have a lot of problems to resolve. No president can resolve a totality of a problem, but we can do the best. Bring dignity to our people, which is the first thing. Dignity to our people. We have to do that. We have to do that. Regularize our registrations so I can make an economic planning. I'm a father of 5 children. If I spend 1 kobo beyond my salary, my children will pass through hunger. So I cannot take care of Nigerians that I don't know how many they are. I don't know how many they are. They have to come out with their faces. No, I'm not going to register. Oh, I paid money to another community leader, he stole my money. I am not another community leader. I'm Emmanuel. I have my profession of survivor. I don't need Nigerian community for me to survive. So I think this is my answer to that question. If there's any further one, I'm ready to answer again.
Sir, thank you very much for this simple explanation. You've mentioned something now before we ask Honorable Godwin. You said you are a father of 5 children, and now you're going to be a father of thousands of Nigerians living in Brazil. Sir, let me just ask you one simple thing. Do you think, like the other man asked you, do you think that coming in now as a new president in the next 3 years of your office, will you implement these things that you are unable to implement? What the question the person has asked you is, for the years you were there, official or unofficial, you were unable to implement few things, and of which you have said that those things you couldn't implement them for the fact that we were having few or 1 or 2 problems within ourselves as Nigerians, which is normal. In the next 3 years now, if eventually if you become the president, do you think in these 3 years now you will be able to fulfill all these things? Because your children are now many now, not just 5, sir.
Thank you for a good question. But you have never specified any unfulfilled element. You never mentioned one.
That's within you, sir. You will
not
you will
within
now
me.
you will now tell us, is there anything you are unable to fulfill then that you fulfill now?
I will go back to the question. All my programs, 10-day program in 2015 were executed.
Okay.
Not fully accepted, not all with good results. But what I put down on my portfolio were executed. Okay?
Can you tell us 1 or 2? one or two of these?
educational projects. Oh yes, we have Nigerians working today. If my vice president, Mr. Emeka, is around, he can talk. We brought some young Nigerians to organizations, feed them job there. In the
Okay.
head, we promote preventive medicine for Nigeria for 2 years consecutively. Looking for
Okay.
schools for Nigerians, we did that. They refused deliberately not to collaborate. Okay? I never promised money to anybody. I never promised house to anybody. My promise during the last campaign is to uplift the Nigerians, which we try to do. If this time, if I win the election, and people definitely collaborate, we are ready to give more of our energy to get better results.
Oh wow. Yes. Thank you very much, sir, for this your clear and straight response. We would like to forward the same question to Honorable Godwin. Honorable Godwin, sorry for keeping you waiting. Sir, do you think, because you have not at all mentioned what you will actually do if you come in? If you are elected as the next president of the Nigerian community in Brazil, what and what will you do to make a difference? Oh, I will build schools. I will build aeroplane. I will fly into space. I will do this. Just please. What do you think? What do you have in mind that you will do that you think that the past executives have not done that you will do if you come in?
Well, I feel we've given this chance as a president. I think the first thing first is to go straight to education, because I feel
Education.
most people, yeah, most of our people here, they don't want to go further, or uh, when I say go further, they don't want to come back and bring their head down to start from somewhere. So if we should bring them together, find a place like a school of learning,
Learning.
like this, what do they call it? Uh, Technical schools.
Wow.
They are good Nigerians. They are very specialized in technical works. So to bring them close and find a school for them. I think who wants to learn will come and learn something for his future career. So we shouldn't throw all our mind into one particular aspect where there are other ways of making ends meet.
So
Then
you want
secondly, I think
you want us to try the area of technical education.
schools, and any other uh, any other
Do you think such
aspect
you
of
think that will
education
encourage
will help.
employment? That will encourage Nigerians that will keep them doing one thing or the other.
Yeah, because there are jobs opportunity for these lines if they should fall into them. Those who wants to study.
But how do you intend to do that? Do you intend to work with the government of the country? How do you intend to do that?
Uh, we try to move forward to see if possible, the prefectura, to see how come you help we Nigerians, because I think some other foreign countries are here that are getting job easily through these links.
Okay,
Mm. Then secondly, I think we go to healthcare,
okay,
because Many Nigerians are here. They don't even want to check themselves whether they are sick, whether they are sick or they are having one disease from the other. So this kind of people have to bring them closer to see what our doctors here can do, and the foreign doctors here in Brazil too, to help us to solve this problem.
Yeah, thank you very much. You think technical education will definitely help Nigerians to secure job opportunities than other areas that they've been looking here and there for. You think
Yeah,
such as you mean mechanical or
mechanical,
telephone or
carpentry, electricians, you
electricians?
just
Yeah, it's
name it.
interesting. The basic
Constructions.
things that can.
Those
Okay.
are areas that you get fast job if they don't want to go into academic
Okay.
aspect of
The areas
education.
that can easily give you job. But do you think the society in Brazil is favorable for foreigners to learn such opportunities? Such do
I
you think
think
so? Do
so.
you think the government will give Nigerians the possibilities?
I think so. I think uh, our president, the present one, Mr. OLUWATUYI, has tried something like that some years ago, of which our people doesn't pay response to it.
Okay, that's a good idea. Let me. You mentioned the health, the area of health science. Let me put it that way. Like Nigerians are, you know, it's so sad that in the recent days we lost Nigerians to sudden these things that are I don't know. This is
The
a big
COVID, you mean?
concern. It's a big concern. This is what we have not been able to find a way out to resolve this death occurrences in Brazil. It's getting too much. You know, you as Honorable Godwin, if you are elected as the next president, how do you intend to better the health situations of Nigerians in Brazil? Because we are dying too much. There's a place there in Chiradent or Guayanazis. The community there, today we hear somebody fell down, somebody headache, somebody this, somebody that. He's in the hospital before you know he's dead. So how do you think we can better this situation?
From the look of things, most Nigerians feel reluctant to check up, go for checkup. Instead of that, they feel they can treat themselves one way or the other. First and foremost, to make sure all Nigerians try to come out maybe monthly for medical checkup. Take for example this ongoing COVID-19. Most Nigerians refuse to take the vaccine up to this very date. They feel they are so strong. You know how Nigerians behave. They can be attacked by this sickness, whereas the sickness have been killing a lot of people. So, as we said before, that Nigerians are hard to control. So, As
Okay,
soon
thank
as
you.
they bring themselves down, at least starting from that health aspect, you can still go further.
Yeah, let me make it easy now for Dr. Oluwatuyi. I know he's a doctor, and definitely he will have a lot to say combating the health problem. But before we go into that, I want him to tell us about job opportunities first, which is more important too. Because when there's no money, when there's no job, there's nothing that can kill even more than that. you know. So we will still go to health situation with him. Are you with me, sir?
Oh, yes.
Sir,
So what's the
please,
question, please?
like Honorable EJUONE just said now, how do you think of bettering job opportunities for Nigerians in Brazil?
All these questions are so fantastic. But I'm such a person that I don't like to repeat things. During my first campaign, I made it very clear to Nigerians. I'm an occupational specialist. I know the market of job in Brazil because in my office, we use every day, I sack 10 to 15 people within a specific environment, where I admit less than 10 per day. All this information will go to the Ministry of Work of Brazil. But now, today you have a problem. All societies, like my other brother said, we have a lot of nationalities. I will be very, very specific. In the city of São Paulo, we have 79 countries. 79 countries. Nigeria is not among of the highest density population in São Paulo. What is the secret of many of these nationalities? They have had a cooperation within themselves. So when somebody is coming from Syria, he landed there, has got a job. Government will never give Nigerians job. We should start to put off all these illusions in our head. They are illusions. But we can do better. Why not? If we organize ourselves, make our personal creative and ship, we can insert people into local job. I think we have some other mini small job. Imagine somebody that is an engineer trained in Nigeria selling biscuit on the street. Imagine somebody is being trained as a pharmacist in Nigeria.
Sir, this thing you are saying, sorry, but this program is interactive. I have to come in a bit. This thing you are saying, you know, it did not start today. Nigerians selling things on the street, a graduate walking on the street, a graduate here and there, Nigerians suffering on the street. It did not start today, sir.
Yeah.
This thing is a virus. I'd rather put it
But
that
we
way.
have to kill this virus. We need to kill this virus. Give a decent place to our people. We cannot say because it is a virus, so we continue tolerating. We have to be creative. We need to be creative and get a solution to that. It is not only the president, it is you, it is him. Sit down together, what can we do? So we are expecting Bolsonaro or Lula to resolve our problem. We need to be sincere to ourselves. So this is the way I think. It may not be correct, but we continue fighting within my capacity. Not
Sir, let
when
me,
you are talking
you
of
know,
other.
sir, you know why I say the virus is?
Yeah.
I'm here to about 3 decades in Brazil now. You see, we had the problem of language when we came here. We were unable to be integrated in society, the language, the difficulty, and to be sincere with you, we met elders that were not accommodative here when we came. When we came here, we were not listened to. We were not given the opportunity. We were not welcomed by the elders we met here in Brazil, principally the one that schooled here. We were thrown away. Many of them were seeing us as vagabonds who ran
Mr.
from
Nika,
Nigeria
in order
to
not
Brazil. Sir,
to promote
sir,
a
today,
prolongation of the debate.
today, sir, let me be sincere with you. Today, we thank the society that we have a honorable, a respectful, why do I say it, person like you today that is coming out to mend our broken legs. How do you intend to integrate a common Nigerian lost in the street of Sao Paulo into the system? We have Nigerian lawyers in the streets walking around who could not practice in Brazil because of the language barrier, because of the system. We have Nigerian graduates. A lot of Nigerians in the Gal area today are schooled. We have Nigerians who came here as graduates, even though they are young, but they are in the street of Sao Paulo selling things. How do you intend to integrate them into the system now? How do you take them? Come, this is how you go about the language, how you go about the schools, how you start, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Journalist. If we continue debating this, it may take all night long. Once I can tell you this, within my area of specialization, no Nigerian will ever say he's not well accommodated. I have two working with me in my office today, doctors. Okay? You cannot give a job that is not qualified for that job. I have somebody from Angola working in my office today. The question, I will go back again. All these people you are saying, we have a very big problem when we start to blame others. And according to OLUWATUYI, the gods are not to blame. The gods are not to blame. We have a lot of good Nigerians that did not study here, and they are doing fine in the interior. Going to a low-profile job, amending themselves to grade up. What is our responsibility? You are no more a younger man to your elder statesman in Brazil. 30 years is not 30 days. It is time for us, people like you, let's sit down together and make a plan for our people. It's simple.
That's what we are doing
And
now.
those people,
That's what
and
you
those
are
people,
doing.
and those people that you are mentioning, if I'm not very clear whether Mr. Fatboy is there or another guy. Not everything I do I need to be publicizing. I've just taken a guy from the hospital now last week. I go to downtown Princess Isabel. I see the orders of our people. Those I have to pay from my own purse. Ambulance, security, to pick the citizen from the street. But people cannot see all these things because they are noise-making activities. But when you have one, you have two, you have three. Now you have 1,000. What do you do? What do you do? This is the question we need to ask ourselves. Not him, my dear Mr. Godwin, even if he's elected. Election is a moment of promise. It's a moment of promise. but the difficulties on the way. How do you resolve it? Okay, let's go to prefectura, get a place. Do you know how many Nigerians, fraudulent Nigerians, that are proposing themselves to be the community, seeking for the benefit of prefectura? How do you want people to get confidence in you? I work with the authorities with high level of confidence. High level of confidence. Yes. But when your own citizen man, no, I am the person in charge of things. Things are not easy. So we can unite ourselves. The new generation of elders is my suggestion. Don't not look the problem, how the community is going there to resolve. Do you know what news that the Nigerian community is receiving every day? Death notice. Even those people that cannot pay 20 reais, when they die, people contributed 15,000 to carry the body home.
Yeah, that one you are very correct, sir.
Look, but we are going to do what the people, I mean, any government, all over the world, is a reflection of his own people. It's a reflection of his own people. Buhari is bad.
No, sir. What are those? I want to say something. You see,
Okay.
like this, like I said, we have Nigerians in the streets that are graduates, that are technicians, that are unable to practice their disciplines, their professions, because of integration, easy integration. In terms of academics, because a number of them are graduates, they cannot find themselves, their ways into the system to further their education or to practice because of the language barrier. And then we have some that are technicians working in the street, they are in Galleria, they are involved in a lot of business that are not their areas because of the situations they have today. Do you intend to make a program of integration, if you are elected, to bring these people together and find a way to insert them into the system, just like other communities are doing? They insert their people into the system. Today, our people are not in the system, be it technically, be it academically. We have even few Nigerians in academics in Brazil, but even in academics, we have few Nigerians that are into professionalism. How do you use the office today to better this condition and insert Nigerians into the right positions?
Great. I will go back to the previous response. Depending on the profession. Once upon a time, a Nigerian looked for me. The father studied here. They were born here. They went to Nigeria. They graduated in Nigeria. They come back here. They cannot get a job. They were able to get a certain job, but they cannot be officialized because of the status of their diploma. All nations in the world has it. If you are a medical doctor training in Brazil, you want to work in the United States, you have to do specialized professional exam. If you are a lawyer, you go to Nigeria, train here, you have to hold bar association. We need to tell the fact to our people and give them orientation. Give them orientation. Another engineer came here. He met with me. I directed him, gave him the correct orientation. Go to the Brazilian Association of Engineers and so. You have the paper. Then we start analyzing the equivalency of the diploma. Okay? We have Bolivians that studied in Bolivia, or Brazilians studied in Bolivia. To come and work in Brazil, it may take them more than 5 years of extra training to do the professional exam here. It is not something that I can interfere. Like in medical area, who control that is Federal Council of Medicine. not even the Minister of Education. When you come here, you have to do the exam. If you cannot speak the language, you have 1 year to study the language, then practice the exam, which in Portuguese language, you have to get about 7 points. I have a Nigerian that have been doing that for the past 3 years. He could not pass it. So, Mr. we need to interact more to give you information as regards to Nigeria. Things are not just like that. So
I can. In fact, I can understand you. I mean, I think the message is clear. The message is clear. It's very it's a serious thing we have to do with calm. We have to approach the
we
situation
need
with calm.
probably to involve the government to give some exceptional situation. Okay. But in as much as that one is not under the control of the federal government, even now at the Congress, they are appealing to open gate for medical sans frontières. But the Congress has rejected that. Because if you don't do the exam.
Sir, you anyway, I will come back. I want to ask Honorable Godwin 1 or 2 things. But I think I have more questions for you than even Honorable Godwin. But it's like you are more into we like to hear more of your contribution in terms of health services in Brazil, which is more of your area. I think we talk about that now. Let me just ask Honorable Godwin one very simple thing. Honorable Godwin, the same question I've asked Dr. EMMANUEL OLUWATUYI. If you get there, how do you intend to integrate, take the common? I know you have mentioned the issue of technical studies or whatever technical areas of their practices, but how do you intend to insert Nigerians? You can see on this in the street. I'll be sincere with you. Once upon a time, it used to be Nigerians in Sao Paulo. Today, it's Africans. And we are seeing we can see other African countries, nations, getting themselves into the system. How do you intend to pick the common Nigerian in society, in the street of Sao Paulo, in Galleria? How do you intend to carry them along? Come, join this. This is the channel. This is the channel. Join them. How do you want? We are. I know, like I said, we are troublesome in terms of academics, in terms of studies, technical practices, in terms of everything. That to give us a better society, a better place to live. How do we intend to pick a common Nigerian in the street of Sao Paulo and say, yeah, bro, let's move. This is the time. This is in this particular place. There's job employment here. There is this here. There is that. How do you intend to do that? And if you can mention your project and your team. Dr. Olaiya mentioned his team. He mentioned Nicholas, he mentioned Honorable Nicholas. He mentioned the Honorable James. He mentioned some names now. I think you should also tell us your team, your work team, if you get there.
Well, from the look of things, if I'm chance to come in as a president, I know my colleagues that will work with me, and coming to our working aspect of the thing, I think we have to see if the Brazilian government can come in for help. Help in the sense that if you can see in most streets in Sao Paulo, there are these mini kiosks. They have to roll it. They have 4 legs. Roll it to where the government allocated for them to be placing that kiosk for their daily sales. So something like that, I think, will help. And if we can see how to provide these mini stores too. I think one of the past president tried it, Mr. Beruk, but it doesn't work out. So if we should go through all these lines, I think there will be a job opportunity for Nigerians than roaming around the streets.
Yeah, sir, but you see, like I mentioned the area of with Dr. OLUWATUYI, I mentioned the area
Mm.
of Nigerians that are graduates,
Mm.
that are technicians, that came from Nigeria, probably stranded in the streets of Sao Paulo without finding their ways how to go about their works. Uh, my question is still: do you think you can find places like you are mentioning the area of Brazilian government? You know, the government will definitely listen to every nationals in the country. But don't you think you can get a better way, or can you find a better way than depending on the government of Brazil? Do you think we don't? There's no other way that you can help, you know, to bring them away from that situation than putting all these things on, asking the government of Brazil to help tackle our individual or national problems. Do you think the government of Brazil is we are Nigerians one way or the other, and we are still I don't know. I think we should be clear to ourselves that we have our embassy that is responsible for us here in Brazil, and I think we should still. Don't you think we can find other ways to than the government of Brazil? Are you with me?
I'm with you. We shall see to this through going to introduce the professionals from different angles to help us to channel these problems
Okay.
step by step. Yeah.
Okay. Have you worked in that line before as a professional? Have you run a kiosk? Have you seen the system? It's like I'm seeing that you want to take the things from the grassroots. Like you want to take it from the grassroots.
That's
Yeah.
how it's
Now,
supposed to
have you
be,
have you
my
have you have you have you worked in the grassroots?
yeah, yeah. Like where I am up to this day, back in downtown, Vinci Cinco de March. I
Okay.
do see people. You can see the Senegalese laying their goods on the floor without even having that kiosk. That shows a good example to someone that wants to struggle. You can
Okay.
see the Angolas, you just name it. So there are many aspects of one trying to help him or herself
Hmm.
if you're ready to work.
Hmm. Thank you very much. I think I can get your point. You want us to go to the grassroots and which will definitely clean the Nigerians from the streets, and they can do the basic thing before even thinking higher. That's the
That's it.
question here. Uh, 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 no, this is just somebody is saying that the problem isn't the person at the head of the community, but the guy is serious minded, to work as the team to I don't know. Please just mention your team here. I mean, your vice president, your team, and let the community know of your team.
The present I have my vice president as Mr. Esosa.
Okay. Honorable Esosa is a vice president. Wow,
Yeah.
that's interesting. And if you come in as the president, you'll have to form your own executive, your general secretary, and do you intend to pick out of the past executives to work with you?
Well, if need be, I'll do that.
Okay, if need be, you ask them yeah, that.
My
Thank you very much. Now I think we should try the area of health services. That has been the problem of Nigerians in Brazil here. Recently, we've been losing Nigerians to sudden deaths. Idea of heart attack, you know, and they are dying too much, too much, too much, too much. How do you intend to tackle this area? Do you mentioned the area of taking them to making checkups and whatever?
I
Is,
think
is, is
if
that just the
they
or what do you want to say more about that?
it's something voluntarily, if they want to do it, I think they should come out at least once a while, once every month for a medical checkup. Me myself, I do it up to this very moment. I go for checkup. They ask you, you have this, you have diabetes, stop eating, taking much sugar, you have cholesterol, stop eating much fatty food, you have uh, uh, one problem or the other. At least if you don't do this medical test, how can you know that you are suffering from all this sickness? That's why most Nigerians used to die anyhow. If I use that word anyhow, it's how they keep themselves.
Sir, but if like if I have to count, I can count at least in these few months now. I'll be able to count about just 2 3 days now. I can count about or a week now. I can count about 2 or 3 people that died. Then the hospital, they are this, they are that. Before we know, they are gone.
Yeah.
And when they are gone, we even find it difficult to locate their families to even know actually how to go about their how they lived their lives, before they departed. This is a problem of a big problem we have to find a solution to, a big solution to, health wise. I will ask Dr. Oluwatuyi this question, being a medical doctor too. And Dr. Oluwatuyi, sir, how do you intend to resolve these sudden deaths?
Thank you very
These
much.
deaths. Yoruba will
Nobody,
say Iku.
I sang the song to you yesterday. I think the death is the most powerful God we have. Nobody can disobey him. When it comes to your time, we take you no other alternative. As regard to some certain death, the health problem is not unique to Nigerians. Unfortunately, we only hear people that normally belong to us. All over the world, we are having increase in the death rates at the lower age. And what most of the scientists agree upon, that the cause is our style of life. Our style of life. It is easy to blame another person for not having discipline, but it is not very, very easy when you have a lot of offers that are dangerous to human health, especially our our type of food. Yesterday, somebody called me and said a Nigerian died. So what was the cause? He has a kidney problem. I said, no, my dear brother, it's not a question of Nigeria. I take care of a ward of 30 patients. Out of these 30 patients, 18 of them are having kidney problems. Not all of them can get transplant. Some may be lucky to get dialysis. Some may not get. You have two types of kidney failure. The acute kidney failure may be caused by drugs, by food, by other toxins. The only advantage is when you have preparation for people to avoid some certain things. Automatically, this educative way of preventing disease is the most efficient today. But our people, they carry a lot of dogmas upon themselves, which we need to at least give them some certain significance to all these dogmas. When a Yoruba man dies suddenly, the first thing your people will say that was witchcraft that killed him, which is not correct. 80% of sudden deaths are related to heart attack. You may not even have hypertension. You have three types of obesity. When you are about 10% above your normal weight, which is proportional, your height and your weight must be calculated proportionally. Normally, if you are 1.7 meters high, your ideal weight for a man should not be more than 65. But I think that almost 80% of our men gets over 80%, even when they are 1.7. So they are running at this risk of having a sudden heart failure at any time. So it involves a lot of things, which needs education. The question is, our people are ready for education? Or only on the WhatsApp shooting? Go and eat curry, go and eat amala. You will be clear. So our proposal is to continue giving health education to our people. Prevention is better than cure.
Sir, as a medical doctor, is there any program you think you can help to do a special program that will facilitate access, easy access to medical opportunities as Nigerians? Do you have any thing to say? Do you think you can facilitate or you can use your as a medical doctor or somebody in the line to allow Nigerians to have easy or quick medical attendance? Or do you think is there anything you can say to that?
Yeah, it's good you ask these questions. It's an opportunity for me to clarify a lot of doubts. Okay? I'm in the public system of health almost 30 years. Okay? I've helped to elaborate a lot of projects, but facilitating entrance of anybody into hospital is a perjury, is a crime. Okay? So, depending on the seriousness of that case, what I've been doing to our people, minimally I can contribute. I give them free medical attention in my office, request for some basic exams. depending on the gravity, on the complication of this, it is easy for to make a reference to an hospital, okay, without a full failure anyway. So we lobby people, we lobby some nurses that are they are the people responsible for marking consultations. As I told you, I'm based in Sunan Lest. Yeah. I'm seeing a lot of Haitians suffering even more than Nigerians. Eh? Child delivery, eh? Some serious diseases that even as is needed, uh, emergency surgical intervention they cannot get. There's a simple reason for that. Health is not as easy as people are imagining it. First of all, it's an area of high cost to educate a doctor, expensive. I have my son in the faculty of medicine today. I pay 10,000 every month.
Wow.
So the few ones that are being trained through this local system or governmental universities, after the long time of training, 6 good years, 3 years of specialized medicine, most of them want a better job. Okay, so you have scarcity of doctors. It makes things delay. But we still thank Brazilian government. They are able to provide, to convince. And today you can see a medical doctor working 2, 3, 4, 5 places because of scarcity. And those people have been overcarried by stress. So it's not easy. That's why I involve myself so much on preventive medicine. Besides being cheaper, it brings less damages. In many cases, you don't need to know that. But what I can do, not only myself, I refer to some Nigerian doctors, people like Dr. Larry, people like Dr. Yusuf, people like Dr. Shukudi. So we refer to them, and they have been taking care of this within their capacity. Unfortunately, there's little we can do. And one of our ideas I discussed with my with my staff was that Nigerians, we should try to get something better. We have some cheaper hospitals like the Bolivian are doing. If you want to be something, you have to do what others are doing. The definition of madness is you continue doing the same thing and you want to get a different result. It will never happen.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. I will thank everybody, every Nigerian participating. This is Abdurrahman saying good evening, everybody. I count myself as a lucky person to share in this memorable debate between the presidential aspirants in the Nigerian community in Brazil. Thank you very much. I will implore every Nigerian watching this program to please send in your questions. If you have anything to ask the candidates, please just type your questions, and I will definitely pass your questions straight. These are the two candidates vying for the seat to lead Nigerians in Brazil for the next 3 years. Dr. OLUWATUYI, thank you very much for all you've been saying. And Honorable Godwin, there's a question here for you, Honorable Godwin, from Honorable John Atama. He's asking you that you've been here for this long time and you've not shown your face. You can see the question here. I don't know if you have seen the question before. Could you tell us about your participation in the Nigerian community and how you have made yourself visible to Nigerians in Brazil? All of a sudden, they don't know you. They are just seeing you now and for the past 28 years in Brazil. Where have you been? Why have you not been participating in the community for all these years?
That's a good question. I'm a member of the Delta State community here in Brazil. So I do come out often, but I don't have a place of, I call my place of work. So with that, people doesn't see me most of the time. So I've been busy here and there. Only a few days I come to downtown to see one or two friends, then go back home after I might have closed from work.
Okay. No, good. So you've been you have your place of work where you go and definitely you
From
hardly
yeah,
mix up and so thank you very much. Can you tell our audience your kind of work if you wouldn't mind?
yeah, I've said it before, but I'll still repeat it again. I said I'm a technician in cellular, repairing of cellulars,
Oh wow,
downtown 25 de Março.
wow, that's fantastic. That's what we are saying. So that's why you want to pick Nigerians from the grassroots. You know
Mm,
that is
Because I've seen so many people that started from grassroots selling in the street, putting their goods on the ground, but now majority of them are having their own stores
thank you
where
very
they
much.
put their whole goods for sale.
Thank you very much. Uh, yeah, I think the question is answered. So if you have any question, you can type in your questions, and we will definitely ask the candidates. Uh, another question I will there's a noise somewhere there. I would like to ask Dr. Oluwatuyi. We have an embassy here in Brazil. We have our ambassador. We have our representatives. How do you intend to carry them along in
Mm-hmm.
your projects? Are you with me, sir?
Yeah, Mr. Journalist, thank you very much. I'm really sorry. Uh, the question is really embarrassing. You can't carry ambassador along. They need to carry us along. They are our patron.
Okay.
But there's one thing we have distinguished vision of things. They are diplomats. They can only act according to the rule of the federal government of Nigeria. The community is not subjected to these rules. But we can always ask them advice when necessary, and which we have been doing. I can confess to everybody that the relationship between the embassy and the community today is very solid. Eh, We, we exchange ideas on some strategic points. Okay. The last situation was about the passport and all these things. But the ambassador has decided to choose their liaison officer to do this job. So many members of the community think that no, we can do that, they can do that, and so that they can give us the money. And the community, I think we are a respectable organization. I have never seen any community in the United States going to the embassy to ask for money. The money belongs to the taxpayers of Nigeria, living in miserable situation in Nigeria. I don't have the courage to ask them for money, for enjoyment in Brazil, unless if there's a very serious need for that. Okay? Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I think here with me, if I'm not mistaken, is the vice president of Honorable Godwin,
Okay?
who probably this is Honorable Esoza. He's the
Okay.
vice president to Honorable Godwin.
So, Mr. Godwin,
Honorable
you are
Godwin,
welcome, sir.
Honorable Esoza, are you here to speak for him for a while he comes back?
No, I am just here because he went to obey the call of nature. He went to use himself. So I think he'll be back. He didn't permit to say anything.
Okay, thank you very much. If you want to
Yeah.
use the opportunity to say something too, you can say something as the vice president.
I think I have to seek his conscience. When he comes back, I will ask him if I'm permitted to say something.
Thank you very much for that. You are,
Yeah.
while I ask Dr. Oluwatuyi, the I have a lot of questions for Dr. Oluwatuyi actually. There's a question here from Honorable Mustafa Mau, lawyer Dodo. He's asking you that can you accept to team up with Honorable Godwin, work as a team as president and vice president, and move ahead, make Nigeria and make Brazil or make the community better? Do you accept that opportunity to work with Honorable Godwin as your vice president? If you eventually come out as the president, work together with him.
This question is very brilliant, but we are turning the wheel of politics. It is abnormal politics. I remember this idea came from me in 1983, not about the community. We were debating about Nigerian politics. Then I asked one of the politicians there that came, why can't the second voted man become a vice president of the most voted person? Which I think is logic if you want to go by the nature of things. Let's say the first person holds about 54% of the vote, and the other one holds about 48%. They are equally representing a very big society. I don't think it's very reasonable, really, that winner takes all. But that is how politics is being played. Unless we move or we change the structure of what we consecrated in the Constitution today, this kind of movement may not be possible because we have to seek a lot of amendments. But this person can be invited to hold a post within the winning government without any problem. So far, he fulfills the characters, the moral needs. There's no problem about that.
Thank you. There's another question here for you. Saying that somebody is thanking you, saying that's a very good idea. You know the question, and somebody's asking you to go straight to the point, to the answer, and of which you have done. Sir, I want to just say something. Now, let's check the area of our cultural, ethnic, and religious differences. How do you intend to bring us together as one. Let me just be sincere with you. Let me say with you, a number of us are hungry with Nigeria. The Igbos, the Yorubas, the south, south, southeast, southwest, south, everything here in Brazil, because of the state of things in Nigeria right now. We've seen a lot of agitations here and there. You see the Odu agitation, you see the IPOP or whatever Biafra, which has been the trend of things in society right now. How do you intend to calm every Nigerian? Right, we are still under one umbrella as Nigeria, either we like it or not. How do you intend to use your office to bring us back as one, irrespective of our religious differences, of our ethnic differences, our cultural affiliations, and thereabout? How do you intend to bring us back and say, oh, my people, let us be one? But now in Brazil, we have EJUONE, which is practically a sect. That is Yoruba, only them. We have Imo States. That is Imo State Association. That is not the same as Anambra or Enugu or whatever. Now, Honorable Godwin mentioned the issue of South, Delta of a thing that has been there for quite a while, which we never noticed him. How do you intend to use your office now to bring us all together and have a common program that we say Nigeria?
Mr. Adeyinka, I think your question is dubious. I don't know whether you're asking about Nigeria's situation at home or
No,
Nigeria's
here
situation.
in Brazil. Yeah, how to bring us together here in Brazil
Very
as
good.
one.
My
As one.
thesis is very simple. I've written it to the publication for many times. We are not at home. This is our home. We need to make our home good for us to live. I left Nigeria 40 years. I don't know whether I'm going to die in Nigeria, but I'm very sure if I die today, I'm going to die in Brazil. So if we are dreaming of something, what we call, probably it may be so utopic sometimes. This is what we say, aqui agora, that is now and here. We need to think that we need to make our home better for us, which is here today. If you want to be Oduduwa, I cannot mention anything about that. I don't know when of you is 67. At the age of 13, I participated in the Biafra War. I don't want war in Nigeria anymore. At the age of 13. So, gentlemen, we are modern people. We need to absorb more knowledge. The Syrians, the Lebanese, they are not the same country. But when they got to Brazil, they become one. What is wrong with us? It's a question of a game of reflection. It is not the president. What am I going to pay to them? Because because it's been nigbati, and the Yoruba will say, Ajokuta Mama, I don't have time for this. I appeal to us to reflect upon ourselves. What do we want for us? This is my answer.
Thank you very much. My question goes to Honorable Godwin. We will come back. You can see the question there. You can see it yourself. Honorable Godwin, this is from Honorable John Atama. Honorable Godwin, from what you said here, You have not been a good follow. No, you have not been a good follower. So why do you think you can be a good leader? And what are you going to do? I mean, to make people like you? I don't know. To what are you going to do to make people like you? I don't know. I don't know if you can get the question very well yourself. It's how do you? I know, from what you have said here, you have not been a good follower. So why do you think you can be a good leader?
First and foremost, I don't understand being a good follower. What does that supposed to mean?
That you have not been following people, you've not been showing yourself. You know, now how do you think you can lead them now? But you've not been following them, you've not been with them. Now you want to lead them. You think you can lead them? The people you have not been conversant with, you've not been following, you've not been mixing with. How do you want to lead them now?
I'm a good follower, depending the
Okay.
group of people I follow. I can't be working here and there, following people here and there. I have a particular people that I work with or I move with.
Okay.
Is that clear?
So, but you think you can lead the community?
I can try my best. I feel so.
And try your best. Thank you very much. That is now the same question I asked Dr. Oluwatuyi now. You know, we are people of different ethnic, cultural, and whatever political, social differences. And you can see how Nigerians are here in Brazil now. It's problem of I'm this, I'm that, I'm Odua, I'm this, I'm that. How do you intend to bring everybody together as one in Brasilia under one umbrella as Nigerians?
Like I've earlier said before, for us to come under one umbrella, at least this forming of communities, cultural groups, and then sports, at least this few that have been mentioned can bring us all under one umbrella.
Thank you. Now, let me if I will ask you to ask Dr. Luatui a question, what question will you ask him?
If I should ask, if you should ask,
Dr.
if I
Luatui
should
a
ask the
question.
doctor a question, then
Yes. What question will you ask him?
well, I would like to hear from him. What about the land at Itakwa? What happened to it?
Wow.
My dear candidate, thank you very much for bringing my fresh memory. I can always tell you that it's one of the investments I did for Nigeria and I lost my money. Simple as that. Because
I don't understand. I don't understand your question.
I say
The
that
land,
it's one of the activities I invested my personal money for Nigerians and I lost it. Because I bought the land, willing Nigerians to take it in pass. Nobody turned up. So I give back the land. A land of almost 300,000 hectares. We waited for good 2 years or more. for people to come to create agro projects for our people, to make a condominium for our people. So I just laugh when somebody come and accuse me that I don't bring people together. What are the other ways to bring people together? To start Galleria drinking Heineken? I bought land to settle our majority of our people there. So the land is gone, my brother. Thank you very much for the question.
Wow, I must confess I've never heard of this before.
Because you have never heard about many things we are doing.
I don't know anything about this before. Anyway, that is the importance of a debate like this, of interactive like this. This is to clear a few doubts. You know, I've never heard of this before. I don't even know. And thank you very much for this question, and thank you very much for the response. It's very good, and we are still open to whoever want to ask more questions regarding anything. And after the program, the two of them are accessible. You have their telephone numbers, you have their WhatsApp numbers. They are both members of the Nigerian community platform. You can easily ask them more about these things that are not clear to any of you. Thank you very much, Honorable Godwin, for your question. I don't know why you came up with this question, but I'm very sure you must have your own reasons and your own facts to have asked such a question in a public environment like this. Thank you very much. Dr. Luwatuyi, please, if you will ask Honorable Godwin a question, sir, what question will you ask him?
Surprisingly, I have to admit my admiration for somebody that is so courageous like you. But how deep do you understand Nigeria? How deep do you understand Nigerians? And what are the solutions for some terrible day-to-day problems of our people, such as death in the prisons? For somebody without documents, how do you rescue the body?
Please, can you come again for that question?
I will repeat. First of all, I mentioned some terrible situations of our people. But the most terrible of all is having Nigerian died in the prison yard without documents. How do you rescue the body?
A Nigerian that has a problem without document, how do I rescue him?
You can speak with your vice president. It's
Said I can see with you.
I will use the opportunity to for Nigerians to come up and ask questions. This is the forum to ask questions. If you have anything, any doubts that you want to know, you can easily ask the question now. We are going for the election on the 4th of June, Saturday, June 4th, 2022. Both candidates are there. They are here right now to listen to you and answer your questions. You are free type in your questions and I will ask them.
Okay,
Sir,
let me answer you.
Olaiya, yes, thank you very much.
So, I being a Nigerian, I think I can treat that kind of problem as a Nigerian. I'll go asking for help through the Brazilian government to come in and rescue him or her that has such a problem.
Okay, good. Before I ask Dr. Olaiya again, Honorable Godwin, Dr. Olaiya gave a response to the question you asked him that he spent his money over 200,000 where he lost to help Nigerians about the land. And he gave a response. Are you satisfied with that response?
Quite correct.
Or you want to say something?
No, nothing to say about it.
Okay. Thank you very much. Dr. Olaiya, Honorable Godwin responded to your question now. He said he will sort. I mean, he will look for the authorities to go about handling a Nigerian who a Nigerian without documents. I don't know how you have asked the question actually. Are you okay with the response, sir?
Definitely no, because this involves some sort of technical know-how. You can't just go to government and say you want to rescue simply because you are in Nigeria. It doesn't work like that. There must be a rule of law to be followed. First of all, you don't have the power of acting from anywhere. It is the responsibility of the embassy to prove first the citizenship of the deceased. If you don't have documents, he will be buried as an indigent. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Dr. Olaiya, there's a question here for you.
Okay.
The question is, this question goes to Dr. Olaiya that what do you think you didn't do right in your term of office that you hope to rectify now?
Thank you, Mr. John. We made a lot of mistakes during any government. If you do not admit that you make mistakes, then you are not a good leader. I think a lot of things went wrong. Not really from my own side, from a conjunction of events. But today I learned how to deal with to tackle with some certain issues. In the first what do you call it? The first time, I'm so pragmatic about ideas. I never allowed myself to be used or to be corrupted. This second time, if I win, definitely we're on debate. There is a need to change the tactics of approach to things. Probably to give some space to some agitators. Maybe that was the thing, because in Yoruba land, I will say it in English. When the rat cannot eat the beans, it will scatter all the beans. So that's exactly what's happened to our regime. People that are not contented with things people that are power, what do I call it? Power hungers. So if I'm not there, I will not allow it to function. Simple. But this time around, if I win, we get a new approach to these questions. Thank you, Mr. John.
Yeah. Uh, Thank you very much, Dr. Olaiya. I know we've been here for almost 2 hours now, and I know you must have your other programs to do, other things to do.
Sure.
Thank you, Honorable Godwin. Uh, Sorry, we've been able to to hold you here for almost 2 hours too. I know it hasn't been easy for somebody who just finished at work. It's a service. It's a service, and you want to serve the community. You know, that is a service that I know that definitely uh, it's a service to humanity, whether we like it or not. Taking care of your own brother is a service, and no money can pay that. No money can pay it. If you what you do today to the community, it can't be paid. No man can pay you. Nobody can pay you except the God you serve, the living God you serve. I know you serve a God, and Dr. Olaiya too serve a God, and I also serve a God. You know, and it is this God that we serve that can pay us. No human, nobody can pay us. Nigeria cannot pay us. God cannot pay us. But our service to humanity, only God can pay us.
Correct.
I would thank the two of you for honoring this invitation. I doff my cap. I respect you. I'm a Yoruba man. You are both older than myself in age. I'm not worthy to bring you here for interview, but I'm only conducting this on behalf of Nigerians. It's a service to humanity. I thank you so much. I hold you to high esteem. I hold you for the courage that you have exhibited this very moment to have come out as a candidate, Honorable Godwin. I respect you. I doff my cap. The God you serve will continue to bless you. He will guide you. He will protect you. He will lead you to success.
Amen.
The same thing applies to Dr. Olaiya. You are an elder. I hold you to high esteem. You've shown the example as a leader, as a person, as a caliber that society should respect. You are a doctor, a father, somebody that has shown that yes, he's a man. The God you serve will continue to guide you, will bless you, will protect you, and will lead you to your destination. Thank you so much. I doff my cap. I respect you. I'm not worthy to bring you here. I'm just here as a communicator. Nigerians there will decide, Nigerians there will see the two candidates. I appreciate you from every angle. I appreciate Honorable Godwin. I appreciate Dr. Olaiya, who, in spite being a medical doctor, can still find his way each time to attend to Nigerians, to carry the service, the work as a human. In fact, I rather call him a humanist because he's been there always to help Nigerians, to help Africans, to help himself. It's a service. I respect Honorable Godwin for coming out today as a Nigerian. The God you serve will bless you. Say something.
Amen. And bless all of us too. I thank you so much, Mr. Adeyinka. I also thank you, the present President, Mr. OLUWATUYI. I thank all Nigerians for staying tuned with us up to this very hour. May God bless each and every one of us in Jesus' name. Amen.
Thank you very much. Dr. Olaiya, you have something to say before we round up?
So when you pass through a situation like this, there's nothing rest except gratitude. I'm grateful to everybody, especially the moderator. It is not a very simple job to moderate. To my opponent, which I have the honor to receive with warm heart.
Thank you, sir.
Even if we lose, if I lose, if you want me as your assistant, I will be available to do that.
Thank you, sir. I also feel the same thing too.
It is time for Nigeria to get matured. I can see this night that we are getting matured. It's a process, but I can assure you that we are going to get there. I show my appreciation to all our listeners for taking their time, 2 good hours, to listen to our blah, 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 as they used to say it. Politicians always like to talk more, make promises, and make this. It has to be done like that because that is what it is. So I thank you all. For those who have no opportunity to watch, I also thank them. And I'm open for questions after this debate. I will take the opportunity to announce publicly for the first time that the Brazilian authorities, the parties, they have invited me to run for the Federal House of Legislative. So I think probably I'm going to run for this for the benefit of history of Africa. Thank you very much and good night.
Wow. I appreciate your presence. I thank you so much for announcing publicly that apart from vying for the position of the leader for the Nigeria community, you are also vying to run House of Assembly. Like now, before we round up finally, I must pass the messages. Johnny Tama is wishing you the very best. Say good luck to both of you. Thank you all. Princess Adedoja Ogunwusi is wishing you the very best. Say good luck to both candidates. Alhaji Hakim or Jedi, I don't know. Good luck to both candidates. Wish you the very best. Honorable Dodo, wish you the very best. Let me see. Let me read the greetings. Honorable Daniel Adebayo Majaro. He's saying that the question went to one side only. That you need to ask the two sides a question. Wait for the response for two to comment on it. Thank you very much for your observation. We will improve when next we do such. This is the very first time we are hosting the two. Thank you. Thank you very much. Also, we have Honorable Michael Chinaza Nwawu. He said, my question goes to both candidates. what's the first thing that you will tackle in order to organize Nigerians here in Brazil if you win this NICOM election? But I think you have answered that already. Or do you want to say something? I think you've answered that already. Then Tayo Adedara is saying good luck to both of you. You know, so we are just receiving here greetings, thanking the both of you for the participation, for the very best you are presenting today. Once again, I thank you. I respect you. I doff my cap. I honor you. And I know, like we normally say, as Africans, we all have something we worship. We worship a God. And the God you worship, the God I worship, the God he worship, these gods will never fail us.
Amen.
The both of you, you will never be failed.
Amen.
Thank you very much for showing up. Thank you very much for honoring this debate, this interview, this interactive. And I know that by June 4, when we shall be doing the election, we will have cause to write a new a book, a new chapter about Nigerian community for the next 3 years. Thank you very much. On behalf of myself, Adeyinka Olaiya, and the common Nigerians in the streets of Sao Paulo, Brazil, I beg to end the program. And I thank you so much. And our viewers, please subscribe to the channel too. There's a channel that definitely will attend to every Nigerian in Brazil here. We are one, irrespective of our differences, our ethnic, social, cultural, religious differences. We are still one. We thank you. I thank you. The Lord God, the God you serve, will bless you. We bless our families. We bless every Nigerian participating in this program today. Thank you very much. On the 4th of July, on the 4th of June, go there, in Rio Branco, Emmanuel Church, or there, cast your votes. Vote for your candidate. Vote for your choice. Let's make Brazil a better place to live. Thank you very much. My greetings to everybody. I am Adeyinka Olaiya. I am a comrade. I am a comrade. Thank you very much, and God bless you. I say bye to every Nigerian listening to us. Please say bye to them so that we can end the program. Dr. OLUWATUYI, Honorable Godwin,
Bye-bye.
say bye-bye to every Nigerian. Thank you very much for this program.
Bye-bye.
Till we meet
Bye-bye
again,
to my people.
success is ours. Thank you all.
Amen.
Bye-bye.
Bye.